happening in Fredonia as a police investigation into the crime continues. And local leaders are eyeing a new product that might be a permanent pothole fix. Plus, lending a hand to clean up. We hear from those in the Jamestown community as they help pick up trash along a popular waterway.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Bronson Rasmussen filling in for Justin Gould. The latest local news is coming up, but first, let's get a check of our weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. How's it going, Dakota?
Hey, Bronson. Happy Monday. It's nice to see you on the anchor desk, and as I work myself over to the wall, you'll be able to see, hi folks, the wall is working today. This is a live look over the Randolph Peaches and Cream Sky Cam, and you can see we've got the clouds starting to fill in, and the sunshine is going to be going away, and we are going to see some storms working our way through the afternoon hours. The satellite and radar composite, again, we're kind of dry right now, but notice some of the rain showers moving across Canada right now, across the Niagara Peninsula. We're going to see more of this through the afternoon, and there is a chance a couple storms could be a little bit on the gusty side. Pollen is still an issue. It's the tree pollen and ragweed pollen, and also grasses has came up as well. It's springtime. It's allergy season. So again, but we are going to see some relief in terms of the allergies later this week. So it's going to remain quite warm today. Clouds thicken up later in the day. Scattered showers and storms arrive through the afternoon. A couple could be strong with gusty winds 68 to 79. Not as warm yesterday, but still very warm. But it's deja vu. Snow arrives towards the middle of the week. We'll time it all out with that Ultimate Satellite Solutions 7-day forecast later on in the show, Bronson.
Well, we'll see you then, Dakota. Nice to see you back on the green screen. 2 people were hurt following a stabbing at the Village Fredonia bar over the weekend. The Fredonia Police Department responded to Sonny's Tavern around 2 a.m. Sunday, and when officers arrived on scene, they found a crowd of people exiting the building and gathering along on Candleway Street. 2 victims were located by police and attended to by Fredonia Fire and Rescue before they were taken to Brooks Memorial Hospital. Police say one victim received wounds from a violent altercation that took place on the dance floor. They have since been released from care with non-life-threatening injuries. The other victims, official reported, refused medical attention and released themselves from the hospital with minimal injuries. The stabbing is still under investigation, and Fredonia Police asking anyone with information in that case to contact the department at 716-679-1531. Police have made an arrest in the strong-arm robbery of a Quick-Fill convenience store in Jamestown. Jamestown police were called to Quick-Fill at 342 Forest Avenue at 11:28 p.m. Friday night for a reported strong-arm robbery. Since then, 27-year-old Kyle Senar has been arrested in connection with the crime. Police accuse him of entering the store and demanding cash from the register before punching the clerk in the face and taking the register from the store, fleeing on foot. Officers say his quick arrest is credited to the multiple tips from the community who recognized the suspect from his clothing shown in surveillance photos released by police. Senar is currently on New York State parole and is also facing additional violations as well. The city of Jamestown is testing out a new product to help with road upkeep, hoping for a solution to one of the oldest problems, potholes. Our Julia Gress explains.
It's a never-ending battle, not just locally, but across the nation, as crews spend most of the spring patching potholes. In a push to address community concerns, Councilman at-large Randy DeVersa is networking with a nationwide company to roll out a new product to address problem spots.
And I've come up with a company from the American Road Patch that they said they had a material, if applied properly, it would hold for a very long time. We had some further discussions, and they wanted to give a demonstration, and today we did that, and we're very optimistic that this could be a real good solution for problem spots.
DeVersa, a former state DOT supervisor, said the material adhered to the applied surface when heated and showed no signs of movement when plowed in locations already using the material. The material, he goes on to say, is moderately priced at $400 a roll. Ideally, DeVersa would like to begin a pilot program before winter.
It's a patch that goes over potholes and can help any of those troublesome areas where water is getting in. The seals around the hole so that you can prevent further damage and have a road last longer.
National Sales Manager Nate Katz says the roll is placed over a hot or cold patch after being heated. The impact and heat from vehicles driving over the patch would then further adhere the roll to the road.
For municipalities, when you start looking at the cost of labor, the cost of reoccurring repairs on a pothole, this is certainly a project that will, or a product that will prevent it from further damage or having to revisit some of those troublesome potholes.
As for when the city might invest in a product like this, Jamestown DPW Director Jeffrey Lehman explains time will tell.
We put it down today, and now we'll watch it for the next few months, up to a year, to see if it holds and see if it's a product that we want to invest in the future.
In the end, the director says the product must hold up and be cost-effective to be an option for the city. Julia Gress, WNY News Now.
Julia, thank you. In addition to Jamestown, the company is also hosting demonstrations within other cities across Western New York to showcase their new product. A local healthcare provider is moving to a new facility in northern Chautauqua County. The Chautauqua Center is moving to a new building in the city of Dunkirk. The move is just the latest in an effort to provide accessible care to the community. Construction of the 37,000 square foot facility at 75 East 3rd Street was put on hold due to the pandemic, but officials report steady progress has been made in recent months to open the premises to the public. The Jamestown-based provider services close to 10,000 patients in the Chautauqua County area, with around 70% being below the poverty line. The organization receives funding from the federal government in order to focus their efforts on underserved communities. The Chautauqua Center offers a wide variety of care options, including behavioral health and substance abuse services, as CEO Michael Please stressed.
So we serve anybody in the community. One of the things that we do as a federally qualified health center is we serve quite a few folks that have difficulties finding other places to receive care, but we're open to everyone. So, and the more services, we really try to offer services that are needed. We don't want to duplicate services with other organizations that are already providing them, so we take a lot of pride in providing those services that aren't currently available.
Through portions of the facility are still under construction, the new location is now accepting patients for its pre-existing services. Pease expects works on a building to be completed by this July. Well, as WNY News Now continues, the latest on a high-speed police pursuit through the village of Lakewood, and later, the new agreement Pennsylvania has entered and how it impacts you. Stay with us, as WNY News Now will be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Whoa, Free Comic Book Day is almost here.
There's comic books for all ages.
Stop on down to Chautauqua Comics at 214 Fairmount Avenue in Jamestown and pick up some free comics. From superheroes to science fiction, there are tons of options.
100% free. Just show up on May 7th starting at 11 a.m.
Celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer with a day of fun activities for children in the Jamestown area. Hosted by Collaborative Children's Solutions and the City of Jamestown. The first part of the day happens at Northwest Arena, where both kids and parents alike can learn about activities available to you. Later in the evening, finish out the night at the Tarp Skunk baseball game, along with a fireworks show at Russell Dietrich Jr. Park. Stop on down on Friday, June 24th, as we celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer.
Welcome to Honest John's Pizzeria, where you are the most important customer.
Everything from freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has it all.
And don't forget the ice cream!
Order online today or check out our 2 great locations with buffets ready for every appetite.
Don't I have the best job in the world?
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
A 42-year-old Bemis Point woman is facing several charges after allegedly leading police on a vehicle pursuit over the weekend. Officers with the Lakewood Buckeye Police Department were investigating a noise complaint around 1:30 a.m. Sunday in the area of East Terrence Avenue in Lakewood. Police stopped Sheila Anderson's vehicle, and when officers started to speak with her, they say she became angry and started yelling profanities before speeding away. Those responding pursued Anderson, and who they say failed to comply with lights and sirens. She eventually came to a stop on West Summit Avenue. Anderson has since been charged with failure to stop at a stop sign, speeding 56 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone, and reckless driving, among other crimes. She was later released with an appearance ticket for the town of Buckeye Court. Anglers, it's time to bring out those fishing poles. The State Department of Environmental Conservation announced over the weekend the fishing season for northern pike, pickerel, tiger muskie, and walleye begins May 1st. The date, along with other improvements to improve fish population, are being implemented to expand fishing opportunities in the state. The DEC commissioner says DEC is excited to announce the opening of these seasons as part of our new streamlined program. Pennsylvania is officially joining the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, which is a partnership between states that set limits on greenhouse gas emissions from the power sector. State Capitol correspondent Brendan Scanlon walks us through what RGGI is and why some are for it and some are against it.
RGGI. The Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative.
In June 2019, Governor Tom Wolf signed an executive order to start the process of joining RGGI, an 11th state initiative to cap and reduce power sector emissions.
This is the most proven, cost-effective, ready-to-go solution that we have at our disposal.
Project lead Alan Landis says RGGI states set a regional limit on electric power plants, which decreases each year to reduce emissions.
Each ton of emissions that a power plant produces, they have to buy one allowance.
Qualifying power plants will be looking at a fee of about $10 per ton of emissions. Each state has its own allowance budget. Pennsylvania's will be around 75 million tons annually. The allowances can also be purchased or traded.
And again, it's a regional market, so power plants in different states can buy different allowances from different states.
The Wolf administration says joining RGGI can reduce carbon emissions by 227 million tons by the year 2030. However, opponents to joining RGGI say it can increase prices for consumers.
Ultimately, this is an $800 million carbon tax via regulation.
Ashley Klingensmith with Americans for Prosperity says it's going to do more harm than good.
They're going to see, like I said, increased energy costs. We're certainly going to see jobs lost.
State senators who oppose it, like Senate President Pro Temp Jake Corman, tried to fight the entrance into RGGI, but came up one vote shy of a veto override earlier this month.
When the governor proposed it, we did a resolution disallowing it. He vetoed that resolution. We tried to do a veto override. It's bad public policy for Pennsylvania.
The regulation that enters Pennsylvania into RGGI will be formally posted tomorrow. In Harrisburg, Brendan Scanlon reporting.
The DEP will now determine the number of allowances for carbon pollution required for each power plant. Power plants must start accounting for their CO2 emissions starting on July 1st. Fishing enthusiasts and families had a chance this weekend to learn more about hatching fish eggs and stocking Prescott Isle Bay. That's thanks to the Sons of Lake Erie annual fishing hatchery open house along the bayfront by the Water Authority compound. People who stopped by at the foot of Chestnut Street on Sunday afternoon could see the walleye eggs hatching and learn all about the process of raising perch, walleye, and brown trout. Children could even check on the eggs for themselves. The Save Our Native Species, the group wants everyone to understand how important these little fish are to the local economy.
People don't realize how much money fishing brings into the city of Erie and Erie County, whether it be the steelhead fishing or the perch fishing. The bass fishing is known all over. It is a simple matter of the people being made aware of what fishermen contribute to the city of Erie and Erie County.
The Sons of Lake Erie will be putting newly hatched fish into Prescott Isle Bay this week, and who knows, they could end up on your fishing line. Coming up, what we know about a fire in New York that claimed the life of first responders and injured several others. And later, those in Jamestown get together to lend a hand yesterday cleaning up a popular waterway. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast when WNY News Now returns.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
Please, give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense Weather.
Well, welcome back on this Monday. And how about those highs yesterday? My goodness, it was a fantastic day. 81 here in Jamestown yesterday, 82. Pardon me, in Randolph, 79 in Olean. The hot spot was Warren at 86, 84 in Tiddy Ute. It was a fantastic day, and we've still got the sunshine out there right now. 76 as a noon hour, a southwest wind to 13. We do have a heat index at 78, but the humidity is still relatively low. When you look at the dew point, it's at 56, so it's still relatively low, but that humidity is going to start to increase. And then we're going to have a chance for this. This is the severe weather outlook. The NOAA Storm Prediction Center has all of Western New York and and northwestern Pennsylvania under a low-end marginal risk, a level 1 out of 5. And the main threats here is mainly going to be damaging wind gusts here. So if any storms do become strong to severe, it would be mainly damaging wind gusts. There could be some moderate to heavy rainfall at times, but flooding really is not going to be an issue here. First Defense Doppler radar is kind of quiet now, but you do notice some of the rain shower activity basically off to our west. This is going to be coming in here as we go throughout the afternoon hours. It's all sparked out ahead of this cold front, and this front's going to be moving on through, and you know what the cold front's going to do? Oh baby, Here we go with Future Scan. Let's time out the thunderstorm chances through the afternoon. Now, much of the afternoon should be mainly dry. We're thinking the main action for some of the strongest storms is mainly going to be 4 o'clock to about 7 o'clock. That looks like the main time frame based on some of the new modeling. So this is by about 4 o'clock. You can see the showers and storms starting to enter the western southern tier. Then they rapidly move their way eastward. Notice how there's almost like a bow-shaped echo to this on the modeling. Again, that could be, again, some strong straight line winds. That'll be the main threat. Any of the rain showers and storms end through the overnight hours. Tomorrow should be mainly dry, but I do think the clouds will start to win out through the day. And look at what comes our way as we head into Wednesday. That is snow. Aren't you excited? More snow. Yes, but the good news here is, as I show you these snowfall totals, don't get all worked up over this. The ground is relatively warm now, so the chances of this sticking is rather low. But if it does stick, you could see upwards a half-inch worth of snow by Thursday. Next 7 days, powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So after we get through this taste of winter, you can see the sun returns for Thursday and Friday. Temperatures going back into the 50s, even though temperatures rebound for the second half of the weekend, Bronson. That's still below average by a few degrees, but yeah, those 70s and 80s, they're gone. Hope you enjoyed it.
When will spring actually get here?
Talk to me in the middle part of June.
Okay, I'll check back with you then.
Okay.
One FDNY firefighter has died and several others were injured in a residential fire in Brooklyn Sunday afternoon. 31-year-old Timothy Klein was killed when there was a partial ceiling collapse in the building. Klein had 6.5 years experience as a firefighter, following the footsteps of his father. He may not be the only fatality, however. Police report that a 21-year-old male who lived in the house is unaccounted for. More than 100 firefighters responded to the 3-alarm fire in the Brooklyn neighborhood. The Fire Department of New York has not yet released the names and conditions of the other injured fighting the blaze. A strong message of solidarity was sent to Ukraine from the United States, with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin traveling to Kyiv and meeting with the Ukrainian president and others. The two top cabinet members announced the return of the U.S. diplomats this week. They also discussed the Biden administration's intention to provide $713 million in additional foreign military financing. President Biden standing behind his decision not to send troops, but will continue to support Ukraine in their fight against Russia.
We don't know how the rest of this war will unfold, but we do know that a sovereign, independent Ukraine will be around a lot longer than Vladimir Putin's on the scene. And our support for Ukraine going forward will continue. It will continue until we see final success.
U.S. Secretary Blinken and Secretary Austin were the highest level U.S. officials to travel to Ukraine since the invasion started. Urgent and grim, those are the words Chinese officials are using to describe COVID-19's grip in parts of the country. An extended lockdown in Shanghai hasn't stopped the spread there, and lockdowns could be coming to Beijing, John Lornick reports.
China is attempting to tamp down a coronavirus outbreak. This week, Chaoyang, one of the largest districts in Beijing, is set to launch 3 rounds of mass testing for about 3.5 million people.
What the regime cares most about is cashing out its promises, in this case, maintaining a very low case count.
Meanwhile, in lockdown Shanghai, people who test positive are taken to government quarantine facilities.
There's nowhere for them to send me. All right? I'm not allowed to go in the hospital, and I have to stay here.
Josh Vaughn, an American living in China, was taken to a pop-up tent near a Shanghai hospital earlier this month.
This is where I'm sleeping tonight.
The lockdowns and quarantines in Shanghai have sparked anger among many. Some expats have vented in chat rooms, one comment saying, "China used to really have it all. It's just not the expat-friendly place it used to be."
because most of us have never experienced this kind of draconian lockdown, it's easy to support if you haven't experienced it. And if more of China experiences this in the coming months with rolling lockdowns across different cities, I expect the currently very high support for zero COVID to drop.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
As China attempts to deal with this outbreak, a White House official says the Biden administration will renew its push for Congress to secure COVID-19 funding this week. The plan includes money for testing, treatment, and prevention measures. Next, warmer weather is here, and that means it's time to get out and clean up, as one group tells us. More on when we come back.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Visit the Northwest Arena on Friday, June 24th, as we celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer. Learn about activities available to youth in the Jamestown area, plus end the night with fireworks at the Tarp Skunks game. Learn more online at ccsolutions716.com.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
With Earth Day fresh on the minds of those in Jamestown, dozens of volunteers turned out to McCree Point Park Sunday to help clean out rubbish along the riverbed. Organizer Catherine Champ drives past the area every day for work and just had to do something about all the trash littered about.
I'm a FedEx driver and I drive up and down Jones and Gifford every day, and you know, I noticed recently just a lot of trash build up in the area, and it just made me sad because, you know, that's a beautiful place.
Champ was able to gather supplies from her bosses at FedEx and the city of Jamestown to equip volunteers like Katie Sprovkin and her children with the right tools to make a difference.
I just want to teach my kids to give back to the community, and we focus a lot on making sure we don't litter and clean up trash.
The goal of this cleanup, besides picking up trash, is to inspire others to help make a difference in the community.
Hopefully this event will inspire others to do events in the area as well, and to make the area more beautiful. And all this area runs right into the lake, which, you know, we should all protect, and protect the ducks and the turtles and the birds. And it's a wetland, and, you know, it's their home, and we need to do our part and to keep it clean, because, you know, we shouldn't be putting our trash there.
For those that can't make it to organize cleanup events like this, Champ believes that any amount of effort is worthwhile.
Start wherever they are, you know, in your own neighborhood, and just do what you can. A little bit each day makes a difference.
Well, that sure was an interesting event to go to, Dakota. It had a lot of people show up. Even the mayor came, of all people.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I mentioned it on Friday's show. You know, even though Friday was Earth Day and we're still thinking about Earth Day, every day should be Earth Day. Don't be a slob. Don't, you know, dump your trash on the side of the road on a riverbank. Don't roll your window down on the highway and throw your Burger King bag out the window. Just don't do that stuff, people.
Oh yeah, while I was there was this guy, he fished a beer can out of the murky water and was like, hey, does anyone want to have drink beer? It was ridiculous.
It's like a Three Stooges episode, you know. Curly goes fishing out the window, grabs a fish, and it's actually a boot.
Yeah, well,
he thought it was a fish, so he cooked it.
Who knows? In that area, you might have actually found one. Well,
again, the old fuddly dud mentioning old shows that nobody in our generation has watched. So.
Well, speaking of old shows, you're into those. What are they? The shows like The Price is Right and all those.
Yeah, game shows.
My mom really likes Let's Make a Deal, and that really has with Wayne Brady. And every show he mentions "I love you, Mama" at the end, and I know that she would I'd get beat up when I get home if I didn't say that to her right now. Well, I love you, Mama, and that's all the time that we have for this show. Let's take a look over Finley Lake, and it looks kind of sunny compared to what today is. And we will see you all next time.